Hi, I'm Brad Simpson with Simpson Limited Collector Firearms, and today I'd like to show you a few examples of guns by my favorite miniature maker, Leon Crottet. Now, to call them miniatures is a little bit misleading. These are actually half-scale, perfect models of actual firearms, and they're so well made that they actually shoot and they feed fire function just like the real thing. Let's take a closer look. I actually met Leon Crottet a couple times when I was in Switzerland over the years. He's since retired and I haven't seen him for a long time, but this is a picture of him with a miniature G43 that he made. And it was so perfect actually that it had a half-scale scope on it. And he worked, I believe it was with Zeiss, to have the optics actually work, and when you look through it, it looks just like the reticle on a full-size G43 scope. This is a 1900 Swiss Luger, and putting my hand next to it, you can see the size comparison. It's got a perfect magazine, it's got the little screwdriver cleaning kit, and you can see each one of these bullets actually has a primer, they function, they fire, and the gun will feed and fire a full magazine if you load it up. If you wish to take it apart, you can see the safety works just like on a real gun. It's a little bit awkward because it's so small, but you can see side plate comes off. Just like on a real gun, you have to have a magazine to get the slide off. You have to take the magazine out. Everything is absolutely perfect. And that pin is actually too small for me to push out, but you can see it is made exactly like the full-size gun. And you know, the grips are hand checkered. Everything with these guns that's machined is machined. The bore is rifled. Everything, this doesn't have any molded parts, but if parts are molded, he molded them. If they're cast, he cast them. He made the guns just like the full-size examples. And you can see, and the finish is just like on the original. If you photograph them, they look full-size unless you put your hands or something of scale next to them to show the actual size of them. Here's another example, a Colt 1911 45. And again, perfect half-scale, hand-checkered grips. You can see the gun's perfect, and this example was ordered without blue, so it's in the white. So here we have a Mauser 0608 automatic pistol. As you can see, perfect finish, checkered grips. It feeds, fires, functions, disassembles everything, just like the full-size gun, only it's half size. And you can see the extra accessories, the bullets, which fire, and it's virtually perfect. Looks exactly like a full-size gun, and it's half the size. One of my favorites that he made was a C96. As you can see, it's got the stock. This one, as you can see, is a 6-shot cone hammer, and again, perfect finish, exact half-scale bullets, accessories, and you can see, just like on the real one, the stock slides on. Amazing quality. The foremost collector of half-scale firearms was the late Joe Cramer, who was actually a friend of mine. He was good friends with Crottet. He commissioned many, if not most, of his guns. Usually when Crottet would make a half scale, he would make 4 of them. And he also had other customers as well. But Cramer had at least one of everything that he made, and he ended up writing this book as a result. And if you're interested in half-scale firearms, this is a great book to have. We have it on our website. And of course, Joe was a good friend of mine and my father. I used to stay at his house when I went to Pittsburgh. He lived in Squirrel Hill. He was a great guy and very knowledgeable about half-scale. Not just guns, but he collected trains and many different mechanical things. He was a fascinating guy and a great friend. For example, in this page in the book, you can see the miniature 0608, which I have in my hand, and as compared to a full size. Of course, Joe, he would have the full size example to give to Crottet so that he could blueprint it and make a perfect half-scale reproduction. And when he did the book, he'd take pictures of the full size and the half-scale. These are just a few examples of what Leon Crottet was capable of. He also did some rifles. I've seen G43s. He actually made a Thompson submachine gun that worked. He made an MP40 that worked, and a SIG P210. Several different guns, and these are only a few examples, but everything that he did was of this quality, and the workmanship was just amazing. If you have any ideas for another video or have any questions, send me an email at brad@simpsonltd.com. Thank you.